This is a MyChill personal space cooler version 2.0 made by HoMedics, and it actually comes in 4 different pieces. So this is the base, this is your charcoal filter, this is the actual unit itself, and this is your water reservoir. And it talks about a 4-foot space. It's not going to cool your whole bedroom down or whole living room down or the whole kitchen. It's only a 4-foot space, limited space. Here's some of the features it comes with. Environmental friendly, 2 speeds, just add water, and it goes low energy consumption. Here's the unit itself, and it'll cool your space down to about 12 degrees F, 6.6 degrees Celsius. It's got that 4-foot range, and the run time with the water inside of it is about 4 hours. You have to re-add more water. It will still run without the water on it, but you'll have a low indication that your water is low. Because of the 2 books, a quick start guide and your actual manual and warranty information. Now the guide tells you how to set up quickly here, and just basically adding water, clean the charcoal filter, and you're ready to go. We'll look at that today. And then the actual manual. There's a 1-year warranty on it. There's the actual manual, and it tells you stuff like this is your power, and then you have 2 speeds, and it has light indications for your replacement cartridge filter that'll come on, and indicator for your low water flow. So the manual tells all the different things inside that you need to know. So it measures about 7 inches wide here, and about 7 inches tall, and 7 inches wide. So it's not a big unit. Comes with a 6-foot power supply, and it's not polarity, so you don't have to worry about polarity on this. It's just a DIN connector on the end here. DIN connector. Plugs in the back of the unit here. Back of the unit here, right here. Now I'm going to take it apart and show you some things about it. Take the reservoir off right now. And there's 2 buttons. Press here, and you press here. Take the whole unit off. Take it straight off because there's a charcoal filter in there. Just push those buttons and lift it off. There's your charcoal filter. Now the charcoal filter only goes one way. This is top here and bottom. There's also a tab on the back of it. So you can't get it mixed up, but that tab prevents it from going that way. Only goes one way like this. Now I think you'll wash this off when you first start off. It's got to be replaced every 6 months. So this is a reservoir that you're going to have to fill up. Now this is your tank. Now this push button hits this thing and fills up the bottom of the reservoir. So you're going to have to refill it twice. So you're going to have to top it off. So I'll show you some other things about this unit. On the bottom of it, where the pump screen is, there's a screen for the pump. It's like a filter. Just a friction fit in here. Oops. And there's you just clean that off. Any dirt that gets in there, clean it off. Just a friction fit. Goes back in there. Unit. Now there is a interlock here, right here, unit. So we'll put everything back together. Put the filter back in, and then make sure the top and bottom, the tab goes here. Flip the unit around. Make sure it snaps all the way back in. It's clicked in now. Now I'm going to fill up the reservoir, and we'll show you what I mean by filling it, topping it off. The little cap comes off here. Now it takes about, well, 750, 800 millimeters. I just use bottled water. They say use tap water. And the other thing they say is do not use, which I find kind of funny, do not use cold water. Just use tap water. I thought of putting the cold water in the fridge, put the water in the fridge to make it cold and make it cooler using cold water. They're suggesting not. They're suggesting just to use tap water. And they also suggest to use distilled water. So it takes about 1.5 of these. These are 500 ml. And you have to top it up. It's going to fill up the bottom reservoir when you put it back in here. Put your cap on. Don't tighten it. Just snug it. Unit back in. That's going to bubble now. You have to refill it. It's filling the bottom reservoir up. That's why it's bubbling. It's supposed to last about 4 hours. You're going to have to top it up now because it's filling up the bottom reservoir. Still bubbling here. There, it's finally stopped. So remove the cap again. Top it up. Now you don't have to top it up again, but it's not going to last 4 hours if you don't top it up. So again, they're suggesting distilled water, tap water, not cold water. So I'm going to top it up here. Now, the unit itself, there's all kinds of units out there. This one has some nice features about it. Put this back in here. Now it's ready to go. Reservoir filled up now, and then we use about 500 ml plus almost 3/4 of this one. So I'd say probably around 800 mils of water. I'm going to plug it back in the DIN connector here in the back of the unit. It's plugged in the wall. Then we're going to turn it around. Start the unit up. Power on. 2 speeds. Low speed. High speed. It's not that noisy. I'm happy with that. It's not that noisy. You have a water indication, low water indication that'll tell you that it'll flash red. And this little icon will come on. That's for your charcoal filter. That'll come on, tell you need to change it, I think every 6 months. So when your water goes low, it'll tell you, it'll flash red here saying that you need to add water. This is on low speed. You can still, it's not that loud. Surprising it's not that loud. And here's the indicator for the charcoal filter. This will come on in 6 months. It'll light up saying to change it. Now, the fan will still run without the water, but it's not going to be as cool with the water inside the chamber here. So we'll fill this up. We'll add some water to it. Get rid of this flashing icon that says need to add water. So we're going to shut the unit off, power it down, and then I pull the plug, pull the connector out of the back of the unit. We're going to refill it now with water. And you can see there's water on the it'll spill water when it's low like this when you're carrying it. That's a disadvantage of this unit. People complain about the water on the floor, water when they carry it. So now we'll take a look inside. The chamber is empty. We're going to have to fill that back up. And inside here, we're going to take a look inside here. There's 2 buttons on the side, one here, and they can pull the whole unit off. We're going to take a look inside here. So you can see there's still water in here. I'll take the filter out, the charcoal filter out. There's a little bit of water in here, but not enough to run the pump. So I'll put that back together. We'll fill it back up with water. So we still have it unplugged, and we'll fill up this reservoir now. And there's a little button in the bottom of this reservoir, and then once you install it, it adds water to the bottom of the unit. And you're going to have to top it up, so you're going to have to refill it twice. That's a disadvantage of this system. You have to refill it twice to top it off. So you take the cap off. It holds about 750 mils, maybe a little bit more when you first start it. There's a little bit of water in the bottom of that unit, but not enough to run the pump. So we add some water here. This is just bottled water. So about 750, a little bit, maybe 8 if you're starting from scratch when you first put water in the unit. Now there's a couple things. It says use tap water. And it says, do not use cold water. Like I would put it in the fridge and use cold water, but it said not to use cold water. I don't know why. You would think that would help with the cooling. If it's colder water, it would help with the cooling, but they're not suggesting it. Now, the other thing you may want to do is use distilled water, and depends what you want to do. But they are suggesting tap water. So we're going to top it off here, and put it up, and then you'll see a bubble, and we're going to have to top it up again. Put the cap back on, and just put it on tight, not tight, just put it on snug. Don't over tighten it. So that's going to release the water inside the unit, and you're going to have to top it up. See it bubbling? It's filling the bottom reservoir up now. So you're going to have to top it up. You don't have to top it up, but it's not going to last 4 hours. Bring it out again and top it up. Add some more water. So this unit, it works good. Like it went more than 4 hours for me when the water ran out. And it still cools. It still cools with the fan, but it's not as cold. So it still works, but not as cool. Now we've got it topped off. So we plugged it back in, and then the light will be gone now. Put the power on, light indicating it's gone. 2 speeds again, and the speeds are not overly loud. It's fairly quiet. And shut it down. Now, some disadvantages of it. You can see the water here. It spills water. A lot of people are complaining about that. The other thing, it does not have a carrying handle, so you're going to have to carry it like this. It does have a louver in the front. You can move louvers up and down. So I paid I think $89, $79. Home Hardware, that's Canadian price. Not a bad unit. I've used it for a little while. It's not going to cool your whole house down. That's the other thing. Not going to cool your whole bedroom, but it does cool. And the fan still runs even if the water is low, indicated by that low indicating light. It's not a bad unit. Probably other units have better features than this one. And kind of happy with it. I mean, it's not the best one out there, but it does work. I thank all my subscribers, all my new subscribers. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. If you watch this for the first time today, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video today. Have a great day, people.